bringing a new dog home is super exciting, but it's important to do it right and think about how your current dog might feel. Introducing a new furry friend can be a bit overwhelming for your existing pup, so it's best to take it slow and make the transition as smooth as possible. In this video, we'll walk you through all the key steps to help your new dog settle in. While this advice is designed to work for most situations, every dog is unique, and you might find some tips particularly helpful depending on your own circumstances. We hope these insights make the process easier for you and your pets. First things first, take a good look at your current dog's personality. Is your dog outgoing, playful, and generally comfortable around other dogs, or does your dog tend to be more reserved and a bit anxious when new pets are around? Knowing your dog's temperament is crucial for finding the right new companion. Dogs with similar energy levels and social needs typically get along better and adapt more easily to each other. When you're introducing a new dog into your home, it's essential to ensure that the new dog's personality and requirements fit well with your current lifestyle and the needs of your existing pets. This way, you can create a harmonious environment where everyone, including your new furry friend, feels comfortable and welcomed. If your current dog is full of energy and always on the go, it's a good idea to find a new dog that can keep up with that lively spirit. A playful, energetic companion will fit right in and match your existing dog's vibe. On the flip side, if your dog is more of a chill, relaxed type, it's best to look for a calmer, easygoing new dog so your current pet isn't overwhelmed. Size is another important thing to consider. For example, if you have a large dog like a Bernese Mountain Dog, they might accidentally hurt a smaller breed during play. Similarly, bringing a big dog into a home with a small dog can create some concerns. Finding the right match in terms of energy and size helps ensure everyone gets along and stays safe and happy. The breed type is really important when you're introducing a puppy to an adult dog. For example, herding breeds like Australian Shepherds might instinctively try to control a puppy's movements, which can be overwhelming for the little one. On the other hand, working breeds like terriers might see a smaller puppy as a potential threat, which could lead to aggressive behavior. To make the transition smoother, it's best to choose a puppy whose energy level and temperament match well with your current dog's. For instance, bringing a high-energy large breed puppy into a home with a smaller or older dog could be too much for the senior dog to handle. This might lead to anxiety, aggression, or even injury. So matching the right puppy with your existing dog's personality and energy level is key to a successful introduction. Gender is another factor to think about when introducing a new dog into your home. Generally, dogs of opposite sexes tend to get along better and face fewer issues when they're first introduced. This can make the transition smoother for both your existing pet and the new arrival. However, if you're bringing in a dog of the same sex as your current one, be aware that they might have more challenges. Same-sex pairs, whether male-male or female-female, can sometimes have issues with dominance as they figure out their roles and establish a hierarchy. This could lead to some aggressive behavior as they work things out. While breed and gender don't always determine a dog's personality, they can be helpful indicators for what to expect during the introduction process. Before you bring the new dog inside, it's really important to take things slowly and steadily when introducing the two dogs. Taking a careful approach helps make sure that the introduction goes smoothly and is as stress-free as possible once they're in the house. If you dive right into bringing the new dog into your home without a proper introduction, it can lead to a lot of issues and set the stage for a rocky start. Instead, start with their first meeting outdoors in a neutral, calm area, somewhere neither dog feels like they need to defend their territory. This helps set a positive tone and makes it easier for both dogs to get used to each other. Even if your dog is typically friendly and sociable with other dogs, starting their introduction away from your home or their usual hangout spot can make a big difference. Meeting in a neutral location helps prevent territorial behavior and sets a positive tone. For example, taking a stroll down your street is a better idea than diving right into your yard. If you can, get a friend or family member to help with the introduction. Having two people on hand can make the process a lot smoother and less stressful for everyone involved. A fantastic way to start introducing the two dogs is to take them for a walk together, keeping them around 30 to 40 feet apart at first. This distance lets them get used to each other's presence without feeling overwhelmed. After about 10 to 15 minutes of walking, Find a roomy spot where they can gradually move closer while still on their leashes. Pay close attention to their body language and be ready to step in if things start to get tense. It's important to avoid harshly pulling them apart or using tight leashes, as that can create negative associations with the meeting. This walk is a relaxed and casual way to let the dogs see that their humans are just hanging out and going for a stroll. The goal is to make the introduction as easygoing as possible, letting the dogs enjoy the ride and gradually get used to each other. The aim here is to set up a neutral environment where the two dogs, who haven't met before, can get to know each other without feeling pressured or defensive. This allows them to observe one another in a relaxed setting. If one of the dogs starts to show interest, that's a positive sign, but it's crucial not to hurry the process. Keep taking it slow, maintaining some distance between the dogs as you walk together. This approach helps you assess whether the interaction is going well or if there are any potential issues to address. After you've been walking for a while, have one person take the lead with their dog while the other follows behind. Make sure both dogs stay in a steady heel and keep a calm, consistent pace. Every few minutes, switch positions so the dog that was behind moves to the front. This rotation helps the dogs get used to each other's scents in a controlled and safe way. Since dogs rely a lot on their sense of smell to get familiar with others, alternating positions lets them gradually adjust to each other's presence. This way, they can ease into their introduction without feeling overwhelmed. If the dogs are pulling and clearly excited to play, it's okay to let them have some fun. But if they're just sniffing each other without too much enthusiasm, continue walking until everyone is more at ease. After a good walk and having switched positions a few times, it's time to bring them inside. Once indoors, keep them walking side by side while you lead the way. When both you and the dogs are feeling relaxed, you can loosen the leashes a bit and let the dogs get to know each other more through some friendly sniffing. This approach helps them build a connection in a comfortable and easygoing way. Introducing dogs can easily go off track if you're too eager, thinking, "Let's get the new dog inside and get this over with." Rushing the process usually leads to a rough start that's hard to fix later. If you're doing the introduction in your backyard or a favorite dog park, follow similar guidelines. Don't force interactions. If one or both dogs seem uninterested or indifferent, that's totally okay. Keep a positive attitude and give them the space they need to adjust at their own pace. If you spot any signs of tension or aggression, it's a good idea to take a brief break before trying again. If the first meeting goes well, let the dogs play together for a few minutes and make sure to wrap things up on a positive note to reinforce a good experience for both. Throughout the introduction, keep things upbeat by using a cheerful tone, giving out treats, and showering the dogs with plenty of verbal praise when they behave nicely. This positive reinforcement helps create a friendly atmosphere and encourages good behavior, making the transition smoother for everyone involved. Next up is getting the new dog settled into the house. When you walk in, keep it casual and straightforward. Just act like it's no big deal. Avoid making a fuss or drawing attention to the new arrival. Once inside, let the dogs off leash. This is where the real introduction starts. But remember, take things slow. As long as the dogs are calm and relaxed, you can begin introducing toys, food, and bones. If you followed the previous steps, this part should go smoothly. If you're bringing a puppy home, crate training can be a lifesaver. It provides the puppy with a secure space to retreat, relax, and adjust at their own pace without too much interference from you or the other dogs. This gives them the chance to settle in and become familiar with their new environment without feeling overwhelmed. Crate training is an excellent method for easing a new puppy into their new home. It provides them with a personal, secure space where they can unwind and feel safe without too much interference from you or the other dogs. It's also a good idea to keep both dogs away from the areas where food is prepared or eaten at first, as food-related anxiety can sometimes lead to conflicts. Stick to your current dog's usual sleeping arrangements and consider whether you want the new dog to share the same sleeping space. This might help reduce any anxiety for the new dog, but you might need to start with crate training for the new dog to ensure they adjust well, especially during the night when you can't supervise. It's quite common for dogs to have a few disagreements when they first meet. Behaviors like staring, lifting a lip, or growling are normal ways for a dog to show they're uncomfortable. Usually the other dog will recognize these signals and back off, which is a healthy way to manage tension. As the dogs become more accustomed to each other, these signs of discomfort should lessen. It's important not to punish them for these initial interactions, as doing so can increase their anxiety and potentially lead to more conflicts. Until you're sure both dogs are fully comfortable with each other, avoid leaving them alone together in the house. The new dog might be especially anxious when left alone with your current dog at first. If crate training isn't feasible, consider using gates to keep them separate but within sight. Start by leaving them alone for short periods and gradually increase the time as they become more relaxed. Be patient. Most dogs eventually get along well once they've had time to adjust. And that's a wrap for today. We hope you found this video useful and that it helps make the introduction process a little easier. If you enjoyed it or have any questions, drop a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.